Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is my final video before going to work. The last video was a blooper reel, so we're going to get on this right now. As I was at school getting my books for class, a racist thing came across my top buzz about a Nazi salute. I cannot remember where, and I honestly don't care. But this video is about racism, and racism needs to be addressed. Racism is not addressed for two reasons. It's everywhere. Mostly in America. Racism is the biggest problem of racism is here in America. Period. Racism exists highest in America until other people of other races in other countries go and mess up somewhere else in other countries. Racism's biggest frontline war is smack dab dead here in America. Alright? Now, I don't understand. I made a video about this last night, and I don't understand, because the video I made last night, it was about the guy from Texas. They wanted all the black people shot in New Jersey. Now, granted, he lives thousands of miles away in Texas, but he wants all the black people in New Jersey shot. But this video isn't about that one anymore, because that's a video in itself, you know. But the thing that came across, so you have the people doing Hail Hitler at one school, and then I just got another Hail Hitler thing on my top buzz on the way before I even got home on the top buzz app on my phone. We as a people, not different races, not different ethnicities, but we as a people, as the human race itself, we have to address this shit. And we have to address this shit because we refuse to address this shit. Here's the thing. I'm multicultural. I don't have the right to be a racist. Alright? Because some of my ancestors are white. Some of my ancestors are Native American. Some of my ancestors are black. I am a combo of the three of them. So I can't hate black people. And I can't hate white people. And I can't hate Asian people. Now, why did I break it down into that? Because geologically speaking, or biologically speaking, there are only 3 different human races on the planet. 4 if you count hybrids like myself. Here's why I say that, because they did a thing and technically it's supposed to be 5, but literally it's really only 4. So I'm going to give you a history lesson about race really fast after I give you this geology lesson about the human genome. So Latin ex machina, which is the dead language, it goes like this. Caucasians, Mongoloids, Negroes. Do not ask me how to spell that shit. Negroes are the people from the African hemisphere, and a lot of Americans that are black, we fall into that category. Caucasians are from the old country of Europe, and all of Europe until you hit Asia, where the Mongoloids, or the mongrels, are from. Alright? Now here, so that you don't get pissed off. Caucasians, Europe, France, Spain, Yugoslavia, those areas. Mongoloids, Asians. Alright? That's what they have us down as for Mongoloids. And you go from Mongolia all the way to Western, Eastern Asia, the Philippines, Samoa, Tahiti, Hawaii, Guam, Korea, Japan. So every Asian country, they were considered mongrels. And that also includes Native Americans, Mongoloid stock, alright? Which includes Eskimos and every other Native American tribe in existence, which goes all the way down from the top of Alaska and Canada and Iceland and Greenland, all the way down to the southern tip of South America. Alright? And they are the most populated of people. So, life may have begun in Africa, but Asians rock the planet. 95% of the world is mostly populated by Asian people. And then you have whites, and then you have blacks. And then you have people like me. We are not a phenomenon, but we do exist. We are that 5th hybrid cultural divide. All right. Now, when I say it that way, because you have biracial people and you have multicultural people, I fall into the multicultural class, which means there's more than 3 races in our dominant gene pool. All right. That's why my face looks funny. So here's how it breaks down. Both my grandmothers, on both sides, are of Native American descent. On my father's side, for sure, my grandmother's mother is full-blooded Cherokee. On my mother's side, my grandma Pocahontas, we are not sure if she's mixed, but we definitely know that she is Cherokee. So that's where your Native American comes in. My father's father was black. My father was black and Cherokee because his mother and her mother before her was Cherokee. My mother's mother is Cherokee and black or just Cherokee. Hard to say. Hard to say. My mother's father was mixed. One of his parents was white. Centuries later, you have us. So I don't have the right to be a racist. I don't have the right to hate white people. But I do have the right to hate racist people. And here's the sad news on that. No matter your ethnicity, no matter your cultural background or your cultural divide, every one of us knows a racist. Every one of us in our gene pools know a racist. Will we address that shit? Nope. Because here's how racism works. Racism works on the simple fact that I don't like you because of the color of your skin or your ethnicity, your cultural differences, chicken versus dogs, because of the stereotype of Asians eating chickens and dogs and all the other stuff. Stereotypes. Not liking white people because white people just, we're up here and you're down here and we crack the whip on your people. Stereotypes. Not all white people are racist. Get that shit out your fucking head right now. Not all black people are racist. Not all Asian people are racist. But some people are set in their ways and they become racist due to stereotypes or insight on what they have been bred to believe from the dawn of time. So we got some people that's going around. I don't know if this is like the correct way to do it. That's the Hail Hitler thing. I think it's like this. I'm not fucking wherever the hell Hitler's from. Might be like this. I don't freaking know. I know the Black Power. Fist in the air, Black Power. Well, there's a problem with that because in Tiananmen Square, the Chinese were doing it too. And then, all right. Let's break this down real quick. All right. There are very few of us who accept ourselves and our culture and who we are. I'm multicultural, so it took me a long time to accept every bit of me. My most rejection of my culture was I rejected the white side because no matter what, I'm never going to be white. I'm high yellow as hell, but I'm never going to be white. But that does not give me the right to hate or judge white people because they don't like me. Not all white people don't like me, just the racist ones. And it can be said with the Asians, the same way as it was like, okay, you're dating a half-breed. He looks kind of Asian. Is he Samoan? Is he Hawaiian? Is he Mexican? He better not be black, because if he's black, you can't date him. We don't want you procreating with him. That is racist. 1. I had no control over my ancestors. I had no control. And to be honest, if I may be honest, I would much rather prefer to be full-blooded Cherokee. That's just the way I feel. And let me explain that. Because of reverse racism from black people. Black girls that I really like telling me I would never be good enough for black girls. Later in life, we would find out that would honestly, truly to God be true, especially after almost getting killed because of one. And having another one before that cheat on me and bring her boyfriend, who also was black, onto my father's porch, and him getting the boot. I stopped dating black chicks. Started dating white girls. They started cheating on me too. And most of them were only dating me because I was half black, which was somewhat acceptable and somewhat not acceptable because some of it was, I'm only dating you because you're black and it's pissing off my daddy. I want my daddy's attention, so if I date a black guy, even if he's admonishing me, he's giving me some fucking attention versus not giving me any compared to my brother. But that's a systemic and a gender factor because dads should pay more attention to their girls so that they don't pop up teenage pregnancy. And if more dads did their jobs as dads to their daughters, you'd have respectable young women who would respect themselves enough to make that asshole she's with use a condom. Because you can't stop them from having sex, but you don't have to let them be stupid about it. Okay? You see where I'm going with that? Now let's flip that script. You're a young white man. You're dating a black guy's daughter. He doesn't want you dating his daughter. They've made movies about it, starring Ashton Kutcher. What's up, Ashton? Anyway, you know, that shit was as real to life as you can get. Because it's like, I'm sure that the father and the daughter had that conversation, because in real life, they would have had that conversation. Of all the people you had to date, you had to bring a piece of Wonder Bread here. Why would you bring Wonder Bread to a house full of wheat? What's wrong with you? No. Y'all ain't even gonna have babies. It's gonna be toast. Y'all gonna have light-skinned babies. Y'all ain't gonna have no brown babies like us. You're gonna have light-skinned babies. Like that guy right there on screen. Yeah. Now, those conversations happen because they happen in Asian homes, they happen in white homes, and they happen in black homes. Because they don't want people like me, or Tiger Woods, or The Rock, or anybody else who's mixed to exist. But we're here. And we ain't going nowhere. And all we can create is mixed people. Okay? So if I marry a Chinese girl, baby's gonna be mixed. It's just that simple. It's gonna be Blasian. Cha-ching. It's gonna be there. Nothing y'all can do about it because genetically, I have black in me. The baby's gonna be Blasian. Now, when they break down the genetic materials, it's probably going to have more Asian DNA than black DNA because Asians have the strongest DNA. Right? That's why when you see a lot of black people who have Asian-type faces or Asian-type features, is because somewhere in their family line, they either were with an Asian person or with a Native American who is biologically Asian, by the way, which is why when I saw my great-grandmother Ada, who's Native American, I saw her as my great-grandmother Ada. I didn't see her as a Native American with slanted eyes. I just saw her as my great-grandmother Ada. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. My grandma Bay had slanted eyes. My eyes only slant when I smile. So I don't smile that much because it was been one of the shames that I've had. And back when I first started college and when I started high school, it was like, what are you mixed with? What are you mixed with? What are you mixed with? Well, hell, I've been getting that question before high school, back in grade school, when black girls would tell me, you will never date black girls because you're not black enough. You're never going to be black enough. So therefore, you should not mess with black girls. And I messed with black girls all through grade school. They just didn't want me because I'm mixed. And once they seen my white ass looking mama, they were like, yeah, you know, we're not allowed to mix races, you know. We don't want babies to look like you and stuff like that when we get older. Now, we're like in grade school. What the fuck do we know about babies? Nothing. But racism starts at home. And these young black women, who were just as light as me, didn't understand that, you know, naturally black people are rarely born with exceptionally light skin unless you come from a certain part of Africa, which is like Egypt, were the lightest Africans. Okay? For those who don't know, Egyptians were the lightest Africans, and they had hair more like mine versus regular black people's hair. Trying to make that as less racist sounding as possible. I do not want to do the N word for hair. Alright? So that was as good as I can get without sounding exceptionally racist. Alright? And now there are some people who put curly perms in their hair. Some people don't have to do that. I was born with naturally curly hair. I have put a straight perm in my hair once or twice. And the reason I did that was because I got tired of not being able to have a black man's haircut. You should see my high school pictures. And the guile thing I had, all curls. You know, I could never get the perfect high top fade because that shit was not made for my hair. It's just that simple. I rock a ponytail because that is made for my hair. I had to learn a lot about shit. When you're mixed, you have to learn a lot of shit that's just not for you, for the black community. When you don't have black people's hair, the Gumby haircut does not work. The high top fade does not work. The stairs, that shit doesn't work. The mohawk works for all people. The mohawk is the one haircut that no matter what your ethnicity is, you can rock that shit. Black, white, Asian, you can rock that shit. If you have the mohawk, you know, I had one of those too. You can rock that shit. Will I ever do it again? Hell no. I even had the brohawk, or the frohawk, where you have like the hair and you have the extra hair up here. Yeah, I had all that. The Mass Effect do, yeah, all that shit. The Exo Squad haircut, all that shit. The problem is, it's really simple. Those haircuts only work for certain race people. Okay, it's really not that complicated, but it's very racist. So, I'm sorry, it is very racist for someone like me to even attempt to get the Gumby. And if I don't do the Patti LaBelle, like the 7 cans of gel and hairspray to make that shit stick up, it's not gonna happen. My hair's curly. It will not do what it's supposed to do ever. That's why I use this. You know, because the shit goes everywhere. And when it gets wet, sometimes it tangles up. So I have to use detangling shampoo. That's something normal people who are white or Asian don't really have to deal with. It's also something that normal black people with normal black hair don't really have to deal with. But us mixed people, on the other hand, psh, that hair's a bitch. It's really that simple. The hair is a bitch. My hair has good and bad hair days, which I'm going to be going blonde really soon, just so you guys can get the feel of that. If it happens this weekend, then the next time you see me, I might be blonde. And I'm preparing you guys for that because I promised to fully commit to this cosplay thing, and there it is. And then when I get done with that, it's going to go back to black, or it's going to go into black and white stripes, because I always wanted black and white stripes. So, you know, we'll see how that works out. You know, no guarantees there. Everything's really relying on my sibling and if she's going to actually do it. Anyway, so that being said, you know, we have to address racism. And until we address racism and sexism and all the other isms in between, nothing's going to change. Nothing. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because here's a simple fact. All right, I'm multicultural. I have a bow and arrow. I got this bow and arrow for 2 reasons. The first reason, I was told by the doctors that I would never do Kung Fu again. After this hip was replaced, I was told by the doctor that I would never do Kung Fu again. I'll have to make another video.